It's me, Mario. There we are.
Oh yeah, it's me, Luigi. Luigi time.
Wow, Luigi. It's taking a
Mario.
while. There it
Uh
is.
oh. What's up, guy?
Whew, light
Taking a bite
stream.
out of crime.
Doing the heavy lifting.
All
Hopefully,
right.
yeah, there's our browser sources, the platform.
Yep. Let it load, guys.
Welcome.
Not our fault.
Welcome all to FastTrack Feedback Fridays. It is our first stream of 2024.
Jeez. No,
Pretty cool.
if I was on my laptop, I could have done the fireworks, but
Oh, yeah, that's true.
just
Yeah,
pretend.
so we took a little break last week for various reasons.
For nefarious reasons.
Yes, and we're back. We've got just a short queue right now, so if you're in the stream, I think we saw Viuda there, or anybody else, feel free to submit your tracks to our platform. So just a refresher there if you're new, or if you haven't been here in a while. Hey, Supernatural Beats, welcome,
Yo,
welcome.
yo. What's up, bud?
The way this
Tap
works,
in.
we give you guys super detailed feedback, so the point is to make it actually useful and not just like an opinion. So we have like a whole structure we go through. It takes time. For that reason, we have a limited number of spots in our queue. Right now, there's nobody. Well, sorry, there's 2 people in the queue, which means we've got like 3 extra spots for today. So if you want to get your track in there, love to have stuff that's works in progress, so we can give you like actionable feedback. But feel free to send us stuff that you've released if you want as well. And link to the form and the platform is in the chat. Once you submit there, you can choose to sign up for the platform. There's a little toggle at the top of that form that will allow you to reuse your information for future submissions, get notified when we review you, set up your profile, all sorts of other cool stuff. Also, if you're new, what we're doing here, this is our feedback stream. We're also building out a bunch of music productivity features on the platform that is linked there in the stream. So a whole bunch of features with allowing you to upload projects and tracks, invite collaborators, share stuff with them, have discussions, timestamp comments to your actual audio, add
Versioning.
tasks. Yeah, keep track of versions of your tracks. So it's designed to help you like manage your music and manage your team and eventually build your team. We're going to have a marketplace so you can actually find other creators, other service providers, people that are, veteran mixing engineers and songwriters and whatever you need to have a team and have the best music releases possible, which is the whole goal of what we're trying to do here. It should be your goal too.
Join it.
Join it. Yeah. When you submit, again, you can sign up for the platform there, and then you can go in and start configuring your profile for all of that if you want to.
Yeah, you can fill out your track record. It's like a musical-based resume, like a LinkedIn. So
yeah, exactly. So people know like how long you've been doing what you do and who you've worked with, like where you might have worked or learned your skills, that kind of thing.
What your tracks sound like.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Your influences, all that kind of stuff.
So get in that queue, everybody. Use that link. Let us know if you have any trouble. I guess without further ado, I can go ahead and start with the queue then. First, we got Jokerhead, the stream favorite. Where's he at? I think we chatted him on Instagram, right? So
yeah, he's active right now apparently. So hopefully he'll get on here.
He's always active, but he's hyperactive, some would say. But he sent us something called Ultra Prayer, which, based on all the tags that he's given me and the fact that it's a combination of ultra violence and then the prayer track with Kendrick, I think he sent last time, which were both probably all time. What's the opposite of favorite? Just all time lows of
interesting.
of Jokerhead's discography.
They're
Like,
ambitious.
there's some I like, there's some that I don't, and there's a combination apparently of both of them. So we'll see how that goes. And then Nina by Swifty Obi. Shout out Swifty Obi. One of Josh's friends, I heard. So
welcome, Obi.
I think I remember your previous track, so I'm glad that you're back. And if you're in the chat, say what's up. But yeah, the rest of the queue, guys, is free, so please use that link to submit. I'll put it in there one more time. Get your tracks in. There's, we get to every track that we submitted. We do it in order that they're submitted. There's always a way to tip to skip the line if you want to get reviewed right away. But in terms of free queue spots, looks like we have about 3 left. So free queue's open. Submit it, and we'll get to you. Cool.
Yes, that is all true.
Cool. So we can go ahead and push Ultra Prayer to live. I can read this heck of a submission here. Jokerhead submitted it. It's called Ultra Prayer. His role was composer, sample curator, arranger, beat maker, remix artist, featured artist, mastering engineer, producer, production assistant, drum programmer, synth operator, game sound designer, influencer, release strategist. Is this released? No, it's
Wow.
not. Okay.
It's
So everything. He's a one-man show.
funny.
Track genre: synth pop, rap, electronic, acid electronics, soundtrack, film track, video game soundtrack, experimental, ambient, experimental, futurism. He's really filling it out here. Track artist: Jokerhead, apparently Kendrick Lamar, but all lowercase, and then Lana Del Rey, which is regular case. Chris will love this. Oh God. This his description. He says, Chris will love this. Ultraviolence, Lana, and Kendrick Lamar. The trifecta of music. Am I insane? Besides the point. Story with the volumes and stuff. I sent Josh the 50 quid bribe for 40% plus 5 check. All right. Seriously though, I think I'm making track for you guys exclusively at this point. Help me out, mofos. What do you mean help you out, mofos? Help you out with what?
What?
One, we didn't receive any bribe. Two, we
No
wouldn't.
bribes.
We wouldn't. It wouldn't let us affect the score anyways. Three, you should be making for music. I mean, we're flattered that it's just for us, but make it for everybody. Seems like he had a decent following on SoundCloud too. So, but yeah, this song, I'm looking forward to it. Probably not for conventional ways, but yeah, you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Joker, are you in the track, bro? All right, he's not yet, but all right. Three,
3.
2, 1.
You living in a world that come with plan B, cause plan A never relay a guarantee, and plan C never say just what it was, and we plan from pan around love. You love him, you love them, you love her, you love so much, you love when love
so
hurts.
fucking
You love
loud.
red bottom and gold that stay queen. You love
Already.
handbag on the waist of your jeans.
Like
You
a
love
loudness.
French tip and trip that
Yeah.
pay
Started
for.
out
You love bank slip that tell you we paid more.
Now it's
You
not
love a
like-
good hand whenever the card dealt, but what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
I do what I want to. I say what I want to say. When I feel like
The key is just not. It's totally
look
wrong.
in the mirror and know I'm there.
That
Put my
Kendrick
hands
Lamar's
in
good
the
singer.
air. I'm proud to say it. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real.
I turned up.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they fail. Out the sky, your optics turn stale when they move that's green. I can see you fit the bill of living in a world that come with plan B. Cause plan A only can make another mistake, and you can't see success coming from plan C. When it all breaks, you still say you're lovely and love them. And love when you love her. You love so much, you love when love hurts. You love fast cars and their president's old. You love fast women, you love keeping control of everything that you love. You love beef, you love streets, you love running dirty police. You love your love, might even love it to death. But what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
I do what I want to. I say what I want to say. When I feel like look in the mirror and know I'm there. Put my hands in the air. I'm proud to say it. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm real. 'Cause before you know it, everything's gonna go.
we have the same eyes, can't you tell? The days I tried to cover up and conceal my pride, it only made it harder for me to deal with living in a world that come with plan B and scapegoat, cause plan A don't come free, and plan C just an excuse like because, or the word but what if I got love? I love them, I love when I love her, I love so much, I love when love hurts. I love first verse cause you're the girl I attract, I love second verse cause you're the homie that pack, burning like a stove top, that love cooking from scratch. I love what the both of you have to offer, in fact I love it so much I don't love anything else, but what love got to do with it when I don't love myself to the point I should hate everything I do love? Should I hate living my life inside the club? Should I hate her for watching me for that reason? Should I hate him for telling me that I'm seasoned? Should I hate them for telling me ball out? Should I hate street credibility? I'm talking about hating on money, power, respect, and my will, or hating the fact none of that shit make me real.
Man, if you just get rid of Kendrick, this might be the best version of Ultra I've ever heard. But yeah, Kendrick is the best.
Just call us. Sorry to hear what happened to your homeboy. But don't learn the hard way like I did, homie. Any nigga can kill a man. That don't make you a real nigga. Real is responsibility. Real is taking care of your motherfucking family. Real is God, nigga.
I do, I wonder. I say what I want to say when I feel like look in the mirror and I wonder. My hands in the air, I'm proud to say it. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real, I'm really, really real. I'm real, I'm real.
AP from this song, please.
Alright, that's all I want to tell you. Just make sure you call us back when you get this message. Here go your mama.
Well, you better have my.
Jesus.
That had to be a troll from Jokerhead because I know he has a fraction of an ear to listen to, and yeah,
It's
that
hit or
was a troll.
miss. Yeah.
That was a troll. That was a troll. That had to have been.
I mean, he did say he's making it for us, so
Yeah. I mean, it was entertaining for the first 30 seconds, but then 6 minutes later, I'm torturous.
Next time, make the troll tracks 30 seconds,
Yes,
Jokerhead.
please. Yes, please. Because I know he's gonna waltz in here and be like, why guys could you listen to my other song? And I'm like,
Yeah,
you get once per stream, brother.
Jesus.
We tell you this every time, and you waste it on this shit.
Yep.
But yeah. Do you have anything to say? You know what this reminds me of? This is like there's like a meme trend where it says like Kendrick Lamar on this beat, but the beat, well, the trend is but the beat is trash and Kendrick's off beat or something like that. Out of time. This is what that reminded me of.
That's
But
funny.
honestly, the beat wasn't that bad. Like he just shitted all over it with Kendrick and being out of time and everything.
Fucking limiting, dude. I
Yeah.
said, like, Jokerhead uses limiters like they're compressors.
Yeah.
Or he takes compressors and puts some, like, 40-to-1 ratio on them or something.
For sure. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
At least.
I honestly, like, if I feel like I was thinking, what if I were to like submit this in the old days on one of those like mixing
Yes, Karen.
forums?
The queue is still open. Sorry.
Yeah. What if I were to submit this, if I had made this on like a mixing forum or whatever, where there's all these like old but like experienced sound engineers or whatever, I'm sure that they would like shit on me for the compression and limiting specifically. And they would say, how about this? How about you just take every compressor and limiter and turn them off and remix the whole thing just using gain staging and then send it and let's hear what it actually sounds like. And I'm so curious what that would be like for any of Jokerhead's stuff, right? Because like, first of all, if a lot of the things that you're using, a lot of the elements are like from sample packs or are samples or are not recorded instruments, they're probably fucking compressed already. Stop compressing everything so much. everything that you've got is already compressed, most likely. So
Oh, I don't think he heard you. Everything is already compressed, Jokerhead. Stop it. See, this is what your track sounds like in my ear. This is what it is.
it's true.
Okay.
That's actually not as bad as it really is,
See?
because that adds some tasteful distortion somehow. But yeah, it really is just like that's your next challenge. The next track that you send us, please, no compressors or limiters. We just want to hear what it sounds like without that. But it doesn't get you off the hook for gain staging and like trying to mix the track still, but without using limiters and compressors as like crutches or as like a sort of shiny thing distraction. Because we've talked about this, but you have to be very careful as a mixing engineer, especially when you're mixing your own stuff, that you aren't tricking yourself into thinking that it's sounding better each time you make it louder. And making it louder often happens by means of compressors, but it can be other plugins too. So you like always need to be thinking about that like the monkey brain basically wants things to be louder and likes that and brighter too.
Not this monkey. No way.
Yeah, and if you're just sort of like not thinking critically while you're mixing,
Mhm.
you're gonna get a fucking bright, overcompressed mix that everyone else is gonna hate, right? Because they don't have that same context that you do. But so you have to be checking whether changes that you make have affected gain at all, like consistently throughout the process. And
Mhm.
there are plugins to do that. You can have metering on different tracks and buses to turn a plugin on and off and monitor what the output at that bus is, or just the mix output, depending on what you're changing. And that will help you figure out, is this sounding better or just louder? And if it's just louder, try to make it the same volume with that plugin on, and then do the A/B testing. Now you can actually compare the timbre of things and the way things lock together and that kind of thing. So that's where we're at. And yeah, Karen, let us know. Saint Karen, let us know
The
if you
Saint.
get your track submitted in the queue there, or if you're having trouble or you have bugs or anything like that. Um, Keep us updated because yeah, we've got space in the queue.
Yeah, we want to hear your music. I'm trying. Okay.
It-
Let us
yeah,
know. Is there anything difficult? What's up?
yeah. If
We made
anything
that
is,
website, so if there's anything wrong, we'd like to know so we could fix it.
yeah, exactly. How does the track artist work? You can just type your artist name and then you can just hit enter.
Yeah, if it's just you.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if anything else comes up there. But I guess vibes for this,
This is
it's
a
the
troll
same
song.
problems as usual. It's super long. It's Kendrick is out of beat.
Out of beat, out of key. He's way too fucking loud compared to everybody else.
Yeah. And it's just a little bit of a meme. By the way, Saint Karen said it, and does it upload it publicly? So for the queue, for the stream stuff, we can only play it on our side. So other people can't like play that track or anything like that. But in order to broadcast it on the stream, like once it's broadcast on the stream, that's public because we're running a live stream.
Yep.
The audio, it's not going to be like publicly visible or accessible anywhere.
Yeah. It'll be private to you, but we'll just be streaming it live. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's all good. Fire.
By the way, for the platform, when you've got like project tracks that you're uploading and you're collaborating on, we have a very dedicated like privacy infrastructure to make sure that your tracks are only yours. And if you like stop sharing with somebody else, they can't get that URL and view it anymore. So we've got a lot of work has gone into making tracks private.
Yeah, we got that privacy policy, right? I think I have the URL.
Why is Stream Elements in the queue? I mean, in the chat.
I have no idea.
What the
Boss
fuck?
in the chat, say what's up.
That's weird. Anyways, okay, so
Fuck, I typed it in wrong. My bad. Added. Fire.
oh yeah, we have a privacy policy there too.
Um,
Under Caden.
yeah,
Oh, got
we
it.
see it. We see it. She's
Nice.
strange.
Thanks for that.
Submitted by Kaden. Yeah, you'll be third in the queue. You'll be right after these two. So
Looking
stick
forward.
around, and yeah, we'll get
All
to
right, vibes. I don't have any more comments on vibes. You want to just give scores?
it. Yeah, let's do it.
Mm,
You have your score?
let me think. I gotta calibrate. Let's see.
I feel like mine are just, yeah, mine are just going to be all the same score probably.
Okay,
I
let's
feel
do
like
it.
this isn't a serious submission, but
All right.
all right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I
What
knew you
else
were
could
gonna
it
be. I knew
be?
that was gonna
What
be
else
yours.
could it be?
I knew that was gonna be it.
This is literally.
Well, let me think about this though, because this goes into content production. It sucks right now. We know that, right? But if you take all the like bad mixing and the brightness and the harshness and the things being out of time, you just fix those,
So big.
and then you probably would also want to make some structural changes.
Uh-huh.
The concept isn't like the worst thing in the world.
No, there are
It
some points where I'm like, oh, Kendrick's kind of flowing, but then he got out of beat and then
yeah,
out of key and then way louder than everybody else.
it's mixing and it's timing of things. That's the main thing.
And
There's
key.
and key too. So it's
That's like what else? That's like all of music.
it's a lot
right?
of
That's
yeah.
like,
It is a lot of work to do.
it's like harmony and melody, key.
But there is some structure that can be used. It's not just completely random.
Correct.
And there are some parts that I think do actually sound good, and they would sound better if they were mixed properly.
I feel like this is the best version of Ultraviolence by itself. Like if we didn't have Kendrick on it, that I've heard so far, and he just
Could be.
shitted all
But
over it.
it's similar to other versions we've heard. Like I wouldn't say it's a lot better than any of those.
Right, but it might be the best.
Yeah, maybe.
But okay, content. Do you have anything else to add?
Content? No, not really.
He somehow made Kendrick sound like an amateur, which he's like the GOAT. And
Yeah,
he just
I know.
made him sound like an amateur, offbeat, fucking sounded terrible rhyming on this. And it's a testament to him. So, all right, I got my score. You have yours?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Your bribe is not
I mean, I
going
knew that was going to be
anywhere.
yours.
Of course. What
yeah,
else could I give it?
Yeah. All right. Should we go to production?
Yep. You have anything to say?
No.
It hurt to listen to. 6 minutes long. We said enough.
Yeah, we have.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, you hit it even harder. All right.
I just like it's like you fool me once, fucking fuck you. Fool me twice, fuck you again.
Yeah.
Like this is like the same mixing feedback that we have like all the time.
This was
So
I would say it's markedly worse than what he gives us.
But it definitely was worse. Like I had to turn down like half of my volume basically.
It felt like a troll. He's trolling us.
Yeah. All right, track total. Are you ready to give a score?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. That's
come on.
fine.
That's where about rounds out too. Yeah, that's it. Good, good. Yeah,
right.
Jokerhead, you earned it. I don't know
Jokerhead, thank you. We'll see you in half an hour when you complain that you can't get reviewed twice on stream.
Yep, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Enjoy that. Thanks for the bribe, by the way. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. Swifty Obi, you're up.
Swifty, let's get Swifty. Let's get Pickle Ray. Anyways, sorry guys. Sorry for that little outburst. But it's Nina, Swifty Obi, friend of the stream. Swifty, their role was songwriter, artist. Track genre is hip hop. The track artist being Swifty Obi. Track description, what do you like feedback on? Just your opinion and how it makes you feel. If it's catchy or not, references and bars you caught on to. Fire. All right, that's what I'll do. You ready? So actually looking at the waveform, I don't know if it looks mixed at all. Looks like the transients from the drums are still popping out pretty high. Like maybe lack of compression, but you ready?
Yeah, I was just making sure that he's got the stream link.
Swifty?
Yeah, but we won't start giving feedback immediately, so let's start listening.
Cool.
Dope. All right. 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Nina.
Yeah. No. Check it. Verses like a chopper, so I named that for Nina. She asked me if I love her or my bitch, I told her neither. I can't see my opposition like they all John Cena. All your hopes
telephone vocals,
my
feedback there.
Nigga, I'm Fiji. You bought it as no Weezy. But because you kept you queasy. Pepto flow that I brought Lil Bro on the shit for a reason. I'm doing this all every day. They science the room and put me on replay. When I get it, all the homies get paid. The sun is out, made our way through the rain.
Keep going.
Free in my mind. The next thing we should be freeing is Palestine.
Okay.
Not anti-Semitic, but that shit isn't right. Let's save the foreign politics all for another time.
Okay.
I reign supreme. This is my world and everything. And the essence of me is part of the dream. I ain't heard it from G.O.D. He said, hey, Obi, you gon' be the G-O-A-T-A-E. They bound to ask you what that mean. Don't point it, telling they'll doubt me. I'm spitting fire, come douse me. Escape the bitch, it can't house me. Know my ancestors proud of me. Turn my pain into symphony. No need for the sympathy.
hoes that hate it, now sit for me. Make them fiend off my energy, and to speak on my enemies, I'm a whole different entity. On a level you'll never reach. I got drink in my cup, call it dirty, then what's up, nigga, no. If you're buck, you would pinhead bitches up. Would you gamble it or it's containing your image? Giving out fast what I hate, what you printed. Perception is tinted, but still I ain't timid. Used to be the tree that couldn't stop giving. They try to cut me down, but I think on business. I'm tired of telling niggas what make us different. I'm tired of bond why these niggas play scrimmage. Holding back cause I know that they gon' plummet the moment I decide to really start stunning. Humble beast, nigga, we don't do bluffing. Yeah.
It's hard to catch up. Like a chopper, so I nicknamed that flow Nina. She asked me if I love her or my bitch, I told her neither. I can't see my opposition like they all John Cena. All your hoes the shiny, while my bitches Aquafina. Verses like a chopper, so I nicknamed that flow Nina. She asked me if I love her or my bitch, I told her neither. I can't see my opposition like they all John Cena. All your hoes the shiny, while my bitches Aquafina. Nigga, I'm Fiji. Oh, y'all hoes Dasani,
Nigga, I'm Fiji.
Aquafina.
Acting like you gonna raise
Dasani
me.
better than
Nigga, I'm Fiji. Nigga, I'm Fiji.
Fiji, like water. A lot of water references there.
Yeah.
Swifty, OB.
Sweet.
That was catchy as fuck, actually. I like the hook a lot.
Yeah, it is super catchy.
I didn't catch all of the bars there, but he said like can't see my opposition like they all John Cena. Like
Yeah.
his little
That
thing.
that one I got. Like a lot of it I could tell you were trying to listen very
I was trying
carefully,
to
and like I was trying to do that and also listen to the track and not give 100% of my cognitive energy to trying to like hear like some of the lyric delivery was not as intelligible as I might have wanted it to be, whereas
Yep.
like I had to really think hard or struggle a little bit to understand just enunciation of certain words.
Yep.
And then in some cases I was like feeling like the follow through of some of the lines were a little bit long, right? So there would be like a pretty big chunk of a verse that like you're waiting to kind of hear the punchline almost.
It would like
And
go
if
over it.
yeah, and if you get lost at any point in that, you're like not gonna get it really.
Yep.
So that was I think like the main the parts that I really like. Maybe we can take Jokerhead's recommended thing here where he was like best parts and worst parts or whatever. It's super catchy and I appreciate how clean the like mix is. Like it feels very open and very honest, which is like very refreshing. And it's super catchy. And I think your like vocal tone is really good as usual.
I think so too. Yeah. Voice sounds
I,
sweet.
but then like for improvement, I think again, some of the enunciation, just like making sure words are clear enough. Some of that might also have to do with like the way that the vocals mixed and like de-essing and the way it's recorded, like all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that could be part of this. And I have some feedback for the like vocal mixing too. So just with your vocals and with the backing vocals, I think there are a couple things that could be improved there too.
Yeah. I think with the vocal recording take too, yeah, in general, I really do like his voice too, and I think he was flowing for a lot of the track. But there did seem some parts where the lines went extra long. I don't really I don't really hear him like punching it at all. It seems like he's trying to get it all in one take, and then one of the times I thought I was hearing him like running out of breath and like kind of like rushing the last bit or
Maybe.
something.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's like little areas here and there that are doing that. And when that's happening, intelligibility and like delivery and kind of confidence of delivery can like falter. And I think that's what
Yeah.
I was hearing a little bit. Um, which is
I,
a shame because from the bars that I did hear, they were all like pretty sweet. I like the John Cena bar, and there was a couple others that I caught, but like a lot of them I couldn't catch because of, and I was listening intently. You saw me, Josh,
yeah.
guessed correctly because I live for bars. But yeah, I couldn't catch them all just because of the intelligibility issues, and I want to. And it sounds like you're like this pretty smart guy, and really, this song's like jam packed of content. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if I listen back to it again and listen back to it again, I'd hear a new bar here and there, which is awesome. But yeah, I wish I could hear them kind of more intelligible and a little bit more confident. But yeah. I don't even know if confidence is the issue. It's just more execution, I guess, at this point. You sound like a
Mhm.
confident dude,
Mhm.
and a confident writer. So yeah. Catchy though. Like you asked if it was catchy. Yeah, I think it's really catchy. Yeah. What is that first bar? It's like, what is he? My bar's like a choppa, and for mine, I don't know if he's going this deep, but choppa is like a fast rapper, and they would call like people from Chicago who are fast rappers like choppers. But then he said, "Call that bitch Nina," and that might just be like a reference that I don't know. But then the John Cena one I caught, and then there's like something about Dasani and Aquafina, and like Aquafina's a rapper, and maybe I have no idea, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, so that's cool. But yeah, I just let your audience hear it. We want to understand too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the main thing, like, I like all so many of the elements of this, but I'm still not totally sure what the track is about, honestly. Like,
I think it
uh
was mostly like just a braggadocio kind of thing. And then
yeah.
he went into Palestine for a little bit, and
I
then
didn't catch see, that was, like I didn't catch some of the lines after that, and I didn't, like, understand either why that was there or what the, like, again, the punchline was.
this was literally like stream of consciousness. Like he was like something. The next thing we should free is Palestine. He either said Steen or Stein or something.
Palestine, yeah.
Palestine, and then like the
It was
non-anti-Semitic. But
something
let's get back into the non-politics. I was like, oh, thank God. Like that was kind of nice actually. I like that part.
I didn't get the line was at the end of that.
Oh, it literally wasn't a line. It was like, oh, I just won't talk about it. Like let's go back to like this other shit. And then
Oh, yeah, okay.
like I've been sent by God. I'm the goat.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Spelled goated, but it sounded like he spelled goated wrong. And literally, you probably didn't. It's just that's what I heard. So enunciation is key. It sounded like he said Goatad, but I think it was E. I don't know if you could go back to it, but yeah, all of this, it just kind of suffers from a lack of clarity. That's the only thing. Like your
Mhm,
content is, from what it seems like, maybe the stream of consciousness is a little hard to follow. Uh, like it just seems like maybe you kind of wrote down all of the ideas you were thinking, and you're like bar after bar. He seems like a very quick thinker, if I had to guess.
mhm.
Very quick on his feet. But maybe now it's time to like kind of cut short and like be like, do I really need to talk about Free Palestine for that long, and then just say like, "Oh, I'm not like, let me just get back to the song." Like, so you just took us there for like 20 seconds, and it doesn't really,
Doesn't really
the
go
rest of the
anywhere.
song. Yeah, but like, um, yeah, you could say whatever you want to say. It's just that's what our kind of vibes are. So yeah, bouncy song, cool delivery, but I think it could use some work in execution wise. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a cool idea so far. Do you have anything to add before we do vibe score?
I don't really think so.
Let's see, where am I at? Ba-ba-da-na-na-na-na. I almost hear a little bit of Chance in him too. Chance the Rapper,
Mhm.
except a little less obnoxious. Chance the Rapper is a little more obnoxious with it. He'd be like, "Ee!" He'd be like little nasally, but I like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
Let's see, where am I at? I'll probably be maybe here for now. You have a score?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yep, yep. I
It's
think
on
I
the
like
way.
this idea a lot. Yeah, for sure. The beat sounds nice and bouncy too, nice and fun.
Mhm.
Not too serious, just bars on bars on bars. Just let me understand it. So,
Uh-oh, the average isn't updating there, it looks like.
uh-oh, let's try it again. But
There it is.
what about content?
Um, yeah, so content, I guess, is kind of what we just talked about. Like, I think it's fine for some tracks, like, in this genre to be more, like, free flow of consciousness and
Mhm,
just, like, whatever, you're flexing your writing muscles, but it doesn't need to be, like, a super cohesive, like, song concept.
mhm,
Um So I don't know. I personally kind of would prefer if there was more of a concrete theme as
mhm,
to like what this song is actually trying to say and not just be like a collection of lines sort
mhm,
of.
mhm,
Um Maybe like if your other tracks I don't know. It's all personal preference in that domain because that's like a genre stylistic type thing.
mhm.
But I just feel like it would be more compelling if I was listening to this and there was more of an obvious song theme, but
Yeah,
that's, you know,
I can
eh,
agree
yeah, it's that, and then I guess it's like the maybe some of the delivery being intelligible, possibly, or the way that it's
for sure.
recorded that kind of might fall into content.
Yeah, yeah. I do think the the sheer volume of punchlines and rhyme schemes that I heard was pretty impressive. But yeah, just some of the execution on it, I think, could be done a little bit better. I love the voice. I love the melody of the hook. It is very catchy. The beat sounds great. Um, just stuff to be worked on here. Uh, yeah, that kind of goes into my score. But do you have anything else to say?
Not I don't think so really for content.
Okay.
Again, like really
The
like
length seemed
the
good too, actually.
yeah, I think that for this kind of thing, the length is good. The like sound choices are good. I think it's not overcrowded at all, which is great. Which I think is like the right vibe for this kind of track, and it's got a good structure. So, yeah.
Mhm. Cool. I got my score. You have yours?
Mm, yeah,
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
yeah, just like a little bit higher. Like it's the content is definitely
No, yeah. I think there's a lot of potential with this. I think there just needs to be a little bit of like retracking in the studio and stuff like that.
potentially.
Maybe even punching in like for those really long run-on
Yeah.
bars.
Oh, that's true. I was gonna say about that earlier. I feel like in a lot of genres, like people who are kind of starting out or don't want to like do any like cheats or anything like that, want to make like the
Mhm.
most honest music that's
One
like
Take
me.
Jake. You talking
Yeah,
about One
yeah.
Take Jake? Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that is, but that's probably what I'm talking about.
One
Uh,
Take Jake? It's like where you like, "Oh, I'm rapping this verse and I gotta do it in one take or else I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna." Yeah.
yeah. Which I just it's like that is similar to people that don't want to use any sort of pitch correction on
Yeah.
like their vocals because they're too pure.
Mhm.
Like you find that with a lot of like acoustic singer songwriters, and well, the problem is if you want that to be the case, you have to do those things perfectly.
Yep.
And most people, even the biggest artists in the world, don't waste their time trying to do every little detail perfectly. They allow the production process to shape the sound, whether that's using pitch correction or using punch ins to make it a better like scalable listening experience. So it's not a performance, right? It's like
Exactly.
a static copy of this song. Like
That's
you're
gonna be
trying to
played
make the
over and over again.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
trying to get this idea in the best form that it possibly can be for the listener to consume it.
Mhm.
And if you have
The
tools
way
at your
that you
disposal,
idealized it too, right?
yeah, exactly. But if you have tools at your disposal that can make that better and not degrade the listener experience,
Mhm.
then you should probably do that because
Mhm.
that's you're competing against the tracks that do use those tools and therefore sound better.
Yeah.
So like that's what it boils down to is would the track be better if you punched in? And I think in this case, I think it
I think
probably
so.
would be
I think
versus
it would.
hearing you running out of breath and sort of affecting the bravado and the performance of it or whatever
Yeah.
in person, there's that can be sort of charming, right? If you're like doing stuff without like having backing vocals and it's just like raw you, well, that's what that's for, right? Like an in-person performance. But a static recorded track that's part of your discography should be the best form it can possibly be.
Yeah. I think
You know.
maybe when I think of bravado, and I think the right word I'm looking for, or perhaps what I was looking for, is energy.
Hmm.
I think I felt that.
Uh-oh, I think Chris froze. Can you guys hear me still? And Chris, can you hear me? His thing's probably gonna cut out in a second here. Go blank. Do do do. Saint Karen, you can hear me. I assume that's what you're saying there. Well, let's see. His internet might be might be throttling him, because he ran out of data or something. I think. So let's find out. I wonder if he's aware that he's frozen. Do. Okay. Earth to Chris. What is going on? Damn. All right. Well, I'm assuming that he'll hopefully get his internet. Yeah, he said he's trying. Okay, so he's trying to figure something out there. I'll just keep going through this then. And yeah, there his video finally cut out. That took a while, but let me see if he can use maybe his phone hotspot. Yeah, we'll find out about that. but I think he might have hit his data cap or something. Anyways, for content there, the point that I was getting at is a lot of people want to be sort of the purist about the way that they record their tracks and less focusing on is the output the best that I can possibly make it. And if you're an early artist and your goal is to get fans, that's your only goal, right? Like your goal is to try to get a fan base that likes your style of music, and you're not compromising on your style by using the tools that others also use in the same style. I'd say is a good rule of thumb. Um, oh, there he is.
All right, guys. I don't
Uh,
think I was about to connect to my hotspot, but I don't think. Yeah, it
oh,
was
you're on
great.
your regular internet.
Yeah, I was about to, but yeah, then it just
Well,
came back.
we kind of predicted that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah,
um, anyways,
I'm making a Comcast pay for all the years they overcharged me. No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
I was just saying, like, with the whole guideline of like doing things like punching in, like, um, using the tools at your disposal, whatever. It's just there's no real utility in kind of being purist about it and saying like I'm too innocent to do any of those production techniques because those aren't honest. It's like it's not really true. It's part of the creative process. Just
Yeah,
like you didn't play all of the instruments on this, right? Like it's no
true.
different.
Yeah, you didn't make the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's content. Production, I think the main thing that was distracting me honestly throughout a lot of it was that telephoned backing vocal thing
Hmm.
where I think there's just a couple of issues in execution there. One, I don't think it's actually filtered to the right band.
Yeah.
There's a lot of resonance in there,
Hmm.
and I think what you want to do is make uh, any resonant part that's included of that signal needs to be narrower, so you're not getting as much of that resonance, or just try to like cut some of that out and make the telephone bandpass thing a different part of the band that's less sort of grating on the
Yeah.
ears and less
Yeah.
resonant.
Yeah. Instead of
Uh,
like being in the background, it kind of like shone forward. I
Yeah,
like
and
that.
it might also be the volume, but I think it is. If you have too much of that resonant area, it doesn't sound as different as you want it to from the foreground vocals,
Hmm.
and things end up clashing and ends up sounding like it's just in the way. It's very distracting when it comes in. And please don't have like random nonsensical automations on the left right panning of that vocal for no reason. Those are like not obvious enough for me to track as the listener where they are and what they're doing and why. And
Mm.
so it's just like literally you're
I didn't even
like
catch that.
you're like, if you're on stage performing, do you really want a guy in a giant green morph suit like running around on stage behind you, drawing attention away? No, you definitely don't. Now you could probably have somebody in a green
Speak for
morph suit.
yourself. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you probably have somebody who's like a side dancer on the stage that's staying in one spot,
I'm
right?
just fucking it up. Yeah.
That's kind of okay. But if they're running around right behind you and around you and stuff, that now they're the center of attention. So
Yeah. And they're like naked. Yeah. Not a good
yeah,
thing.
that's what's happening right now, and also some of the doubling of vocals. I think there are parts like towards the end where it sounds to me like there's doubling. Maybe it's that telephone vocal and then your lead vocal. I can't tell,
Mhm.
but either things need to be like stereo spread and panned more, or like in any case, those the backing vocals, the telephone ones, or any doubles, I think should be like halfway, if not a little bit more, out on each side, and like in the background using partly the frequency stuff. If you record those backing vocals, get further from the microphone when you record them. It'll sound 1,000 times better as backing vocals when you do that,
Hmm.
and it will clash less with your own vocals. Um, Big like pro recording technique is if you're trying to create like a whole bunch of backing vocals, record like two takes for each side at the same level, like close, and then do one a little bit further, or stereo takes further, and then another stereo take further, and then another stereo take further. And you can do that basically as long as you want, and you're going to get like a really rich sort of chorus sounding backing vocal thing.
Good
Now,
tip.
that's like awesome for vocal harmonies too, because then you've got multiple dimensions of difference. You've got the pitch difference, and you've also got that timbral difference. But like it's a general rule of thumb, even without that cool like technique that's more involved. If you're going to record backing vocals and you don't want them to get in the way, record them a little bit further from the mic, and you'll get a different timbre out of them, and they'll be less like, sibilancy and like forward, and it'll be easier to mix them without them being distracting.
Good tips, man. Good tips.
So yeah, production. Otherwise, I think there's probably a little bit of room for like mastering here. Like, I
Exactly. That's what I was
definitely
thinking.
don't crush it because it's super open, and I like that. There's probably just a little bit of like gain that, like literal gain that you've got to be had in
Mhm.
terms of being at volume parity, loudness parity with all the other stuff that's out there on playlists. So
I
that's
think
really
the
what you're trying to do.
can I listen to this real quick? Just a second.
Is proud of me, turn my pain into symphony. No need for the sympathy. Hoes that hate it now sit for me. Make them fiend off
Feel
my
like
energy.
the beat can use a little bit of high end boosting. Do you
Hmm.
feel that?
I think the bass makes it feel kind of blanketed or low because
Yeah.
that's such
Such a
a
boomy
loud
bass.
element. Yeah, it's so boomy. But wait, let's play again for a second here.
Spit it, fire, come douse me. Escape the bitch, it can't house me.
It-
Know my
the
answer.
hi-hat is also like minuscule in volume.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
feel like
volume on the hi-hat.
his vocals are like kind of hogging the high frequency space.
Yeah.
Proud of me, turn my pain into symphony. No need for the sympathy. Hoes that hate it now sit for me. Make them fiend off my energy and to speak on my enemies. I'm a whole different entity. On a level you'll never reach.
Yeah. Even that background pad thing, or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
is I think like could have a little bit more room dedicated to it.
Yeah. I think
Whether
it
it's
sounds great. I love that background pad. It
it's
sounds
cool, and I think once this is like brought up a little bit, the quiet stuff is brought up with compression and mastering.
Mhm.
You might want to test doing a little bit of that and just see if that brings up those quiet parts that we are like talking about right now.
Mhm.
Now things might not be to scale then, so it might bring your vocal up too much, whatever. But in theory, compression should take the quietest stuff and bring it up.
Mhm.
So that may fix some of your mixing problems potentially,
Yep.
but maybe not. So test it out.
For sure. Cool.
But I think that background pad thing or whatever, once it's brought up a little bit and compressed, that's going to sound really nice as like a backdrop, like a wallpaper sort of.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And especially if you make sure that it's got the right like stereo width and all of that, that's going to make this whole track sound like wider and fuller
Mhm.
and more interesting, three-dimensional.
Yeah. I think just because of that, I'll bring my score up in content because I really do like what's happening there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add for production. Do you? Any final thoughts
Mm,
for scores?
no, I think I know where we're at.
All right, cool. I have my score then.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Beat.
So same
Decent work.
idea. Just that's where the most work I think is needed.
Same.
But it's on the way. It's not like it's a bad mix. It just needs it's like that final push to get it to like
Yeah,
radio
it's
ready.
definitely not mastered. Yeah.
Yeah, the mastering is a big part of it.
Overall, I will give this here. All right. Do you have a overall track total score?
Track total. Let's see. Think about this. Yeah, I think I know where we're at.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you went a little lower than I
We
did.
kind of flip-flopped a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think it's on the way. Like I think overall this is like a good proof of concept for like what you're trying to make, like what your sound is.
the vibes are great of the song
Yeah.
itself. I feel like it's
Yeah.
very bouncy, very like kind of lighthearted, very fun. I think if the takes kind of reinforce that lightheartedness and energy, and maybe if you, I don't know, just like have a little bit, like maybe have a little bit more fun with this song. Like instead of like, oh, I'm gonna try to get the whole bar out of it, like just be like, nah, I'll just like pretend I'm going like back and forth with myself and like just bounce around and have a good time. I
Yeah.
feel like that's what this song is. It's just like
Yeah.
a fun, like bar for bar, like, oh, he said what? Like, and if I could actually understand that, be like, oh shit, run that back. I want to hear it again. So yeah. I
Yeah,
think
no,
I like this a lot. It's just like the song underneath, I think it passes the vibe check pretty well. Just the execution just needs to be improved.
yeah, no, I agree too. I was thinking that actually. Like I feel like there's room for you, Obi, to like have more fun and let more of your personality shine through here,
Hmm.
because it's like you want to be serious about like creating the best vocals and the best takes that you can and stuff, but it doesn't shine through. Like, we want your personality to shine through your music,
Mhm.
right? Like, the music is not separate from you. It should be part of you, and it's not really worth like trying to say these are my ideal standards for being an artist.
Mhm.
Although it's good to have
People
standards
can
for
do
being an
that.
artist, but I mean, like, to not create arbitrary standards that are sort of like,
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
going
the
to be
grades
the
punch
best
in.
writer of this, blah, blah, blah. And so therefore I'm going to try to be more serious to be the best writer.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, you may be a good writer, but like, have fun and do stuff that you might not think meets the ideal definition of like the best writer,
Mhm.
or like just break out of the sort of constraints that you place on yourself a little bit, like mentally,
Mhm.
and think of it as like, I'm going to channel all of that into the writing process, but when it comes to the recording and the execution and stuff, then I can like, I've done the work of writing, I can break out of it and have fun. And the having fun part, and sort of then you can like also step out of the writer mindset and become the performer that's looking at the lyrics you've written and say, are these fun to perform? Like, is this fun to say? And if it's not, you're going to find that you sound less like you're having fun while recording, like your delivery. And then that's a good prompt for you to go back into that writing role. It's the writing and revising thing that we talk about a lot. And you can figure out, how do I make these lyrics? They're really good, but they also allow me to thrive and have fun while I'm performing them and delivering them and making the rest of the track. So yeah, I'd say you're on track with this. Just make sure that you're having fun and keep doing what you're doing.
Is there a Nina in a Terminator movie?
I don't know.
Like Get to the Chopper and it's like some Nina joke? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I have no idea. But yeah, to kind of piggyback off that too. You have so many bars, and like you've demonstrated that you can rap fast, and you say you're a chopper too, and everything. If I interpreted that correctly, but sometimes like you don't have to rap fast like a really long time to like show off your skill. You could like kind of roll back a little bit the sheer amount of words. Just so we can like hear, the bars that you're actually saying. Like I got a little bit of like Lil Wayne vibes, which I don't think he was ever really known as like a super fast rapper, but he would just come after you with like the punchline after punchline after punchline. And I love listening to Wayne songs because of like, I was like, what the hell did he say? And like, oh shit, that was genius. And like, oh, it went back to this line before. And it was never really like super fast, which is like super satisfying with Lil Wayne stuff. So I hear a little bit of that. I hear a little bit of like chants. I want to hear a little bit more of the energy. And I feel like this could be like pretty more like bubbly and lighthearted. So I just want to hear like Obi do that. But yeah, I like this a lot, and yeah, continue to get better.
I
It's
mean, yeah,
cool.
Obi's a fun guy, so I have no doubt that he can do
I
that.
mean,
But
with a name like Swifty Obi, I imagine he'd be a
true,
pretty fun dude.
true. Leaning to that, also, I'll read. Hopefully, he doesn't mind. He sent a little message here. He said, "Love this and really appreciate the intake and honesty. It gives me room to grow as an artist. I'm gonna be sure to send more tracks in
Fire,
when releasing. I enjoy what y'all doing here, so
man. I
send them
appreciate you
in.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like I said, I enjoy this track a lot. So please, like, by all means, like, keep working on it. And if you have a better or um like a subsequent version you want us to listen to, like I'd be more than happy to. So
yeah, yeah. We love to hear stuff as people work on it and refine it too.
yeah, and I like his message and everything too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, cool. But thank you, Swifty
dope.
and
Thanks.
Black. We got you in
Hey,
full spot in the
yeah,
queue.
another
But
submission there.
yeah.
Nice.
So we have two people in the queue right now. We have Caden and Black. Um, what is it? I want to change my submission already, bro. You just submitted, but yeah, that's possible. Just submit another one, and actually, wait. They have to delete it, right?
Caden is about to be up now, right?
That's Saint Karen, right?
Oh,
Saint,
yeah.
yeah. You
Wait,
are
no, no, no.
only
Saint Karen sent it as Caden.
right. That's what I mean. Like, so they want to change their track.
So if you want to re-upload it right now, then we can delete it, and then you have to upload it. But we can't wait very long because
How
you're
to?
up now.
Yeah, Karen. If you want to delete it now, and hurry. What's up,
D-
Black?
yeah, Karen slash Caden. Okay, you want
Ye-
to do that? All right, I'll delete it so you can re-upload another one, and then
Okay,
we'll push it up.
fire. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Wait, what
What?
just
Black's is
happened?
gone.
Did you just delete?
I didn't delete anything. I didn't do anything.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Hold on. The
What's up,
fuck?
Black ATL? Good to see you again, bro. You did.
Black, you didn't delete yours, right?
No, Karen.
Oh, Karen, you deleted yours. Okay, hold on.
Just like a weird accident.
Maybe.
But
if that's
yeah.
the case, Black, you might have to submit yours again.
Shit, we might have like done
We'll
a
see.
oopsie. Sorry, Black. If you could submit yours again, we appreciate it. We might have accidentally deleted it on our end. Guys, if you're submitting your song, please submit the song that you actually want us to listen to. I don't know. I don't want to
Yes,
have to say
that
this.
would be awesome.
I still have like a ghost record of this. Actually, they say
I
she's
forg-
strange. Feeling pretty
Really?
finished with the track. Any minor things to change? I wonder if Caden wanted to do more work in progress, perhaps. Wow, was this racially motivated? Obviously, yeah. That's it.
Let's
Sorry, man.
see.
We don't take your. I'm just kidding.
Let me see if I can get it back, but I think it was just that Cadence deleted their track at the same time that I did, and the web page or whatever thought it was the other one.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, if you guys have seen it, check out the. Wait. Yo, what's
I
up, man?
think I
Do you guys
can.
accept YouTube links? No. So our platform accepts like the straight up audio file. If you do that, you'll be able to we display the waveform here, and we actually get to like broadcast in the highest quality. So yeah, please submit your actual like WAV file or MP3 file. That'd be the best case for us. And actually,
Yes.
using our platform, it's the only way you can do it. So here you go. Boom, boom, boom. There might be some functionality for that in the future. Oh fuck, that was not it. But yeah, at this point, it's just the audio file because we definitely want to see music videos. Like that's like a huge part of it, right? So, but it's up now. They said, "Won't love you like that." Black, please submit yours.
Wait, don't.
We're really sorry.
I don't
What?
think you need to submit it again. I have. It doesn't actually hard delete the submission, so I
Okay.
have the submission still,
Okay.
but it's not showing up. Let me just see if I can get that to show up.
Okay. Yeah, it's
How
there.
about now? Okay, now it's there.
Yeah.
We're all good, and then I'll move Cadence up to the correct order here.
I got it. Yeah. Oh, I guess not.
Did you just try to do it too?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. The issue is we all keep doing stuff at the same time. Oh, also, Obi said Choppa is a street name for a gun. Nina is a nickname for the 9mm pistol.
Oh, I see.
Verse is like a
gun, yeah.
choppa, so I
Like a gun.
nicknamed that flow Nina. I see.
Oh, fire. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, that
thanks
makes
for that.
sense.
Cool. All right.
That's
I'll
ignorant of the
push
culture.
Cadence to live then. Thank you for resubmitting that. And sorry for the racially motivated deletion, Black.
Yeah, sorry guys. We do that from time to time here. It's okay. We're learning.
Funny.
I'm just kidding. But cool. All right, so Caden, Won't Love You Like That. Their role is songwriter, composer, lyricist, arranger, beatmaker, vocalist, guitarist, recording engineer, recording assistant. Come on, guys,
Whew.
recording assistant. If you're the recording engineer, do you have to be the assistant?
Yeah, it's true.
Mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producer, production assistant. Again, bro, seriously, is this a
Wow.
troll? Vocal producer, drum programmer, pop is the genre. Track description says pretty finished. Verse, vocal is placeholders, so maybe only comment on the lyric on that part. Wait, you want us to comment on the placeholder? Or hold the comments on the placeholder?
Verse
So
vocal is placeholder, so maybe only comment on the lyric on that part. Like the vocal itself is a placeholder.
Oh, I see. So just lyrical content. Interesting. Okay,
Cool.
And then we got yours, Black. Gotta lie. So excited to hear it. But cool. Let's do Cadence.
Yeah, let's do it.
I accept reparations. He needed to assist, so I repsect it. Anyways, you got to spell it right if you want reparations, bro. I'm just kidding. Anyways,
damn, that's harsh.
No, I told you, bro. It's racially motivated year. Okay, we're not gonna give reparations. I'm just kidding.
It's
Okay,
It's 2024.
Yeah, play the music, bro. Play the music before they expose me.
All right,
Anymore.
3, 2,
Caden.
2, 1. 3. I wish I could hear heard that vocal.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't the verse you're talking about.
Nice. Oh. It's very Porter Robinson.
That bass is a little bit loud.
I think this is cool though. That's
Cool though, Oh, nice. That sounds clean now.
Yeah. I mean, you see the big kind of change in level from this part.
I really like the way the drums and bass are coming together here.
Yeah, it's fire.
So yeah, tasty.
I thought the vocals sounded pretty good. This one I can't really hear, but like the guy's vocal sounded pretty good. Delightfully crisp. Same with like those great like violence methods. Really cool. Is this the placeholder? I think it sounds great. I like those background elements. Kinda confusing with the little orgasm before the drop. I guess it's not an orgasm, but dude, this has a lot of potential, I think. That was 4
Nice.
minutes and I wasn't bored.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy. So what does it say? In the verse, if you can hear it, yes, it is. Wait. So which vocal is the placeholder? Is it the girl's vocal or the guy's? Vishuda said, "This is amazing." I agreed. But they were watching without audio, so interesting. Do I still have to make an account with FastTrack? You don't have to make an account, but it's better for you, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
You can come
explained it
back.
there. It's
Yeah, yeah.
there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. If you submit again, it becomes easier and faster. But it's also that we're building like a music productivity tool. So like managing your projects and stuff, and all of that is free. So it's if you want to sign up, then you'll potentially have earlier access to that.
Yeah, he says, okay, so you can hear me, obviously. But yeah, for some reason, it says you're watching without audio, which is interesting.
I think it says that sometimes, and it's not really the case or something.
Yeah, forehead. Yeah, I got a 3 head for that little comment there. But anyways, are you submitting Vishuda? Let us know.
Yeah, he
But
said both are his. That's what I thought. The
both are his.
vocals.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So okay, I agree. The main vocal, the I don't really, I think it sounds great, and I think he said that's not the placeholder; it's the one that's washed out. So that's what
Mm.
you were saying, like, oh yeah, you should probably, uh, replace this vocal. But I mean, you asked about lyric feedback there. I can't hear what the hell you're saying. So, um, yeah, everything else that's going on there is cool. The vocal, it seems like it's a good idea to put something there. I just couldn't hear any lyrics at that point. The lyrics
Yeah.
were, where it's very main or kind of forward and like the main thing to listen to, and the I do feel it. I think it sounds great, fantastic. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have anything for vibes? First impressions, Josh?
I think the main thing, like, I mean, I just really like when it comes into the chorus, it's just a really nice sound. It's super like vibey.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I got bored at all. I want to, for a refresher, hear this part in the middle. So kind of just a build.
I get a very
Okay.
Porter Robinson vibe, Josh.
Yeah, it's cool. I was zoning out a little bit
I
more
agree.
towards the end, and it's not because it's bad. It's just like we have this awesome surprise, like when it comes into the first chorus,
I
right?
mean, I love this buildup actually. Like, it's like
Yeah,
kind of
I think it's
it's kind
super
of like
cool.
ethereal thing in the beginning, like, everything's kind of, like, not very crisp at all, and then it just, like, huge contrast where it's, like, this guy's, like, in your ear,
Yeah,
and it's, like
this
there's, like,
catches
there's
your
audio
ear.
clipping, and then there's a violin that goes in, it's not really in time, but it, like, works, and then the bass comes in. The bass is probably a little bit too loud at this point, but it it sounds crisp and cool, and then the beat comes in, you're like, "What the fuck? This is so sick." I mean, the whole track is like, pretty significantly there. I don't think you have to have it that dramatic, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that whole
agree.
first part, like, was so sonically exciting.
Yeah,
Just, like, reliving it was fantastic, and
I
I
agree.
I agree with Josh, it's a little underwhelming on this end, you know? Um, Everything's a little bit more ethereal, a little more, kind of soupy, for the lack of a better term.
Floaty. Yeah.
Yeah, floaty, but, like, I didn't get enough of that, I think. Like, I think the part where you stop listening, let me see. These little twinkly guitars, like, I don't think they're twinkly enough. I think that there's, like, a bunch of room I think the only thing that's, like, really taking up the high frequency space at that point is that crisp vocal that's there.
Yeah.
I think you could definitely, like, play around with, like, more twinkly kind of synths in that guitar and,
Yeah.
like, some, shimmer at the top to really
Otherwise,
get the
it's very
full.
bass heavy there, and
Yeah,
it's nice, but it doesn't make things sound as dynamic or interesting in a way.
yeah,
Like it's more like of a lull you to sleep type sound, which is
yeah,
nice too. But that goes on for a pretty significant
yeah,
portion of the track there after we've had all this excitement, and
yeah,
it's just like if you show somebody a bunch of really cool stuff, and then there's like a pretty extended period of just really slow,
mhm,
and kind of like not a lot of excitement, they're just gonna like it's just natural to zone out at that
yep,
point, sort of.
mhm.
So you need to like keep people at some level of interest going to keep up that cadence of like what you established at the beginning.
Yeah, dude, for real, like, I I guess up until, like, 2 minutes, like, was fantastic, like, from the
Yeah.
intro to 2 minutes was
Yeah.
wow, but,
It's like, who
okay.
says it has to be 4 minutes either? Like, maybe it can be. I think it's probably fine because there is a lot of, like, intro content that's justified, and
Mhm,
you get to 2 minutes and it's only 1 chorus, so it's probably fine for the length to be around 4. It's just like, what can you do with that middle section to make it more dynamic and interesting and
yeah.
unique and less sleepy? And then, like, there can be a little nap in there, but it has to not be, like, a whole giant chunk of the song
Yeah, the
where
nap
you're
is here. This is where the nap
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but, like, yeah, this part should be a little bit.
There should be, like, a verse that it goes into after, like, 4 or 8 bars of that cool little nap thing,
Yeah,
where it snaps out of it a little bit, and then we've got, like, some actual vocal content or something, or, like,
yeah,
more of a more defined, like, rhythmic basis,
yeah.
and then
I think
we
that high frequency, that's what I'm really missing. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want some twinkles or
yeah.
some, like,
It's
crazy synth
more
stuff happening in the upper register there.
yeah, and then it's gotta go into I think it probably should go into the 2nd chorus, like, maybe that chunk again is okay structure wise. It's just got to have more interesting stuff happening in it, and
Agreed.
then it goes into the chorus. That second chorus is pretty long too. I guess both the choruses are pretty long.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd be totally fine if each of those choruses were halved.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if they were cut in half and then you went to the little outro or middle section thing and then a verse and then chorus and then there's something after that, even if you wanted to make it this kind of length and you had 3 choruses instead of 2, I think that'd be better than 2 very long choruses where you start to lose us and then a long sleepy like middle section where you start to lose us more.
I agree. The chorus itself doesn't really have like a top liner to carry me through that long
Yeah.
run. It's
Yeah.
more like this is a great vibe. Like I could put this on a TikTok song, but I mean TikTok songs have like really good top lines typically too. But
True.
yeah, this is more of like God. This is so crunchy. The drums and bass sound great.
The groove is awesome.
It's a good groove, and like I don't need it to be repeated twice. If I want to repeat it, just let the listener repeat the song.
Mhm.
And that'll get you more streams. So anyways,
Oh, Vishuda said you need a tension/bridge moment. Like that could be a tool that you use as well. I think if you were gonna take our feedback and you were gonna shorten that first chorus, then go into like a little transition, like sleepy transition section to maybe a verse and back into a chorus, you
Yeah.
could easily get away with putting a bridge after that second chorus and then go into a final chorus and end the song. I
well,
think that would make this awesome.
I feel like this is like kind of serving the.
I wouldn't call this a bridge.
I feel like it's kind of trying to service that.
It may be similar, but I think the point that Bushido is trying to make is different because he's saying you need a tension/bridge moment, which he's saying is not there.
I
To
don't.
me, it sounds more like a build. I would agree with
Sure.
that.
I guess I disagree. Like a soft disagree that I don't. You don't need a tension or bridge.
I don't think you need it either. I'm just saying I could envision it being another layer that's added. That's cool, but I don't think you need it.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Agree to disagree there. But thank you for the. Please put chat feedback. We love it.
Yeah.
But cool. Anything else before we give a score?
Yeah,
This
let's
is
do
really cool.
vibes. This is cool.
Let's see. I like this a lot actually. Um. Okay, I have my score.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, I like this
Yeah.
a lot. That first build up was fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
like fanboying over that shit.
And I like, yeah, the like little vocal chops or whatever exactly is going on there. It is a nice touch.
Yeah,
It sounds
I'm
very
getting
well done.
like Porter Robinson. I want if I could have like a collab. If you could collab with somebody, it's like Caden. I want like Flume to get like his like
Oh
top,
my god.
his crazy top like high frequency synths here.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what this part needs.
Yeah.
But I'm subjective and biased. So, anyways, but okay, content. What do you have?
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. I mean, content, I just think you can do a little bit of restructuring here or like changing what's going on in certain parts to
Mhm.
make it more engaging throughout the entirety of the track and a little bit less long-winded in some of these sections.
Yeah.
But that's the main feedback for content.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love everything that's there so far. I think, yeah, just that one midsection/build, it's a little lacking. I think it could be use some more shimmer, and yeah, there's a lot of cool things that you're putting in. So, bravo. Cool. Do you have a score?
The other thing is just maybe if you could get more of a sort of top line melody in the chorus, like that would be a nice addition too. I think to make it feel more complete. Like the groove really hooks you. It's really great, but I wouldn't say right now, like after this,
Yeah,
I may be thinking about that groove, but I'm definitely not. I don't have like an earwormy type melody from this.
I think the I do
A little bit,
is in
yeah.
there.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit of that. That's
But
true.
yeah, but I think if they took your advice and like half the chorus, I don't think it needs a top line.
It
Really,
may not.
it kind of serves as like just a reprieve between the vocal
Yeah.
the verses. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
It may not. It's just a question. Like with that and with the bridge, like if you did it, would it potentially make it even better, even if it doesn't need it? Like who knows?
Right, right.
Depends
But
how you do it.
yeah, I think you are pretty close though. So don't go crazy with the feedback here. Like I'm talking to Caden. Like don't go too crazy with it because I think what you have here is a really really strong foundation. And honestly, like I think this could range it to a purple track for me if there like certain things were tweaked in a certain way.
Yeah, definitely.
This has the
Yeah,
potential.
for context, because they probably don't know, our rating system here, as you see, we've got redo, develop, and good to go.
Yep.
There's also top tier track, which is
Purple.
if we really love your track and it's like this could be big, like we love this. There's something some special sauce to it, then that can earn top tier track purple, which actually gets we put on some playlists that we have, and then we share those on our Instagram, and we make a post for you as well. So if anybody wants to submit, like you make revisions to stuff and you think it's like totally ready now, and it's great, it's like one of your best tracks, then send it to us and have a chance at that. Scores for content, do you want to do that?
I got it.
All right,
You got yours?
3, 2, 1.
But Bluey.
Oh, you went higher than vibes for content.
Yeah, I really like a lot of the content there.
I'm just thinking about the structure. That's
Yeah.
why.
Fair. That first build like really blew me away.
Super cool, yeah.
Yeah. Production?
And then for production,
It sounds pretty damn good.
yeah, maybe like a little bit of more brightness on those interesting twinkly elements, like
Yeah.
at certain points.
Yeah.
The vocal, whatever you need to do there, I guess.
Yeah.
That
But it is
first section
cool.
had some sort of vocal that was going on that was totally not audible.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a mixing area.
There's this huge like track wide increase in volume here.
That bass is so loud there too.
Like the whole track, it's like a couple dBs, like maybe 5 or something, like the louder. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. It may be good to not have such a giant discrepancy between those for streaming and stuff like that. But also, I honestly, I thought every time I listened to that last shh thing, in the build,
Yeah.
I don't really like that personally. Like, I'm like, what is that sound exactly? Like, it just doesn't sound that pleasing to me personally.
Like, shh.
Yeah, I just don't know what that is. Like, I feel like there's that's like the crucial moment in the build, right? And it's being used on this like cardboard box sound or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just am not getting a lot of like,
The sandpaper sound, yeah.
yeah, I'm not getting a lot of interesting timbre out of that one. So I've noticed that every time on that build, but also the bass there, I still think doesn't need to be that loud in that part. It's just like, and then we're hearing it's got a little bit of like, is this a MIDI bass like type sound to it? Which I think when it's fit into the track can actually be a good thing. Like a super consistent MIDI bass with the drums and the chorus sounds great. It sounds perfect. But when it's on its own like that and
when
things
it's
are more
already too
flowy,
loud,
and it's too loud, then it's just a little bit
when it
awkward or
first comes
something.
in, it's already too loud, and then when you're like increasing the whole volume of the track, that thing also gets too loud.
That's
and
getting
like,
louder too, yeah.
So, just
but that's the main mix stuff. I mean, everything else, the chorus especially is a really good mix sound. It's great.
So crunchy, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots to like here. But yeah, you have your score?
Yes, I do.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Pretty damn good.
Pretty nice.
Just like a couple of, I guess, like when it sounds good, it's like, holy shit, like I wish I could mix like this. This sounds fantastic, radio ready, everything. But then there's like, to me, a little bit obvious, like, why is the bass so loud here? Why did the whole track get 5 dB louder?
Yeah.
Like just some obvious fix. Why are the vocals unintelligible here? So yeah. But anyways, this is like super cool. I like this track a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Please like come back and like once you put the feedback in, like I said, this could contend for a top tier track for me. This is really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a track total? Anything you want to say before you say the score?
No, let's do the scores.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Yeah. Almost a 90 for me. Almost.
Yeah, I think like there are parts of this that are so nice and so good, but I do feel like there's a decent amount of work on the packaging and the structure that would make this more viable. But it's like it's a great start. Like if you've got that little magic potion there and those choruses, you just need to make everything else work for those.
Yeah, you need just subtle changes.
Yeah.
Please don't go too crazy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because what you got right now is pretty gold. So
totally
keep
agree.
it up. Glad
Sweet.
that we. I think was this your first chat with us? Shout out to you.
Thanks for submitting. And yeah, you asked only allowed one, by the way, even in donation. Yeah, so we only, our rule is one review per person per stream, because we've only got five slots, and if we can get through these other two, because you guys are here, we're gonna have to rush through them a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can submit again, and we will review it next time, and you can be up first if you want to do that now.
Yep. We always love to listen to more songs, so please fill up the queue. But cool.
Thanks for submitting, and thanks for the little thanks. You said we do great feedback. We appreciate it. You
Hey,
do
yo.
great track.
Yeah, you really do. It's fire. Cool. All right, Black, you
Right.
still in the chat, bruh?
Black.
It's time to skip. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, we'll do Black. Gotta lie. Their role: artist, recording engineer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producer. Track genre is rap. Track artist, nothing. Track description, what do you like? Feedback. He said all of it. So
You know what's so interesting? Just a little public observation here.
yeah,
That the
reparations.
oh God, the roles thing.
Yeah.
Initially, when we created that, like that's primarily, that exists partly for us to know what you did on the track,
Mhm.
but also it's like a system that's going to be useful for collaborating with others, and
Yeah.
like so people can know what you did on a track, or like what you do generally, and that will appear on your profile and like on your track record, all that kind of stuff. But it's interesting to me how you guys seem to really like filling those out, because I was thinking like people aren't going to want to like, do this extra work to fill this out, but I think people like showing what they did actually.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've seen some people just put
got it.
artist too.
Yeah, we've seen that too, but it's interesting. Like if people have done a bunch of different roles, they're like, yeah, I want people to know that I did the mixing and I did this and did that. So
Hell yeah.
cool. All right.
Cool.
Sweet. So yeah, you said all of it. I assume you want feedback on all of it. You said, I'm not gonna lie, if I had to resubmit it, then I wasn't going to click on all those roles. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have to redo your whole thing.
Yeah, that was our bad.
Yeah,
Thanks
but
for sticking with this.
it's the same though for like your track record and for other stuff. Like if you've got a project or whatever, you just have to do it at that level, or you can like just do it at your profile level, and it's not something you need to hopefully redo a lot. So
Yep. True.
yes, that's the intention.
Cool. Let's get through these songs. Gotta lie, Black. They're in the chat. Shout out to Black. Give them reparations because we can't. And you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
These racks about me, baby, and I'm turned up with the guys. I see you cross the room, and I know I caught your eye. You pull up on me dancing, baby, know you love the vibe. And you don't gotta lie, baby, you don't gotta lie. You pretty in the face, baby, you don't gotta try. I know you could be chillin' out here with these other guys. You say you love me cause I'm out here throwing up these tides. But you don't gotta lie, baby, you don't gotta. Magic City, all my homies with me. And we pulling up these bottles and we getting litty. I see you strutting, is you up to something? And I think you stole my heart, have you one for nothing? She's just a dancer, met her in Atlanta.
Right, yo.
She dancing all up on me. It feels like she knows me, feels like she knows me.
Yeah.
These racks up on me, baby, and I'm turned up with the guys. I see you cross the room, and I know
Is
I
it
got
across
your
the
eye.
womb?
You pull up
That's
on
what I
me
hear
dancing,
too.
baby, know
Like
you
you
love
guys and
the
the baby.
vibe. And you don't gotta lie, baby, you don't gotta lie. You pretty in the face, baby, you don't gotta try. I know you could be chillin' out here with these other guys. You say you love me cause I'm out here throwing up these tides. But you don't gotta lie, baby, you don't gotta dancing on me. Know that you can't wait to call me. I saying that they want me, but I'm focused on this money. Spitting game to you, baby, now you wanna go now. Take you to my crib, baby, know that it's gonna go down. She's just a dancer, met her in Atlanta. She dancing all up on me.
I want like delays
It
here.
feels like she knows me, feels like she knows me.
I want that for like
These racks
other...
up on me, baby, and I'm turned up with the guys. I see you cross the room, and I know I caught your eye. You pull up on me dancing, baby, know you love the vibe. And you don't gotta lie, baby, you don't gotta lie. You pretty in the face, baby, you don't gotta try. I know you could be chillin' out here with these other guys. You say you love me cause I'm out here throwing up these tides. But you don't
Black, what did you say? You said. Let me listen. Let me listen. Let me see if I can catch this bar real quick.
Catch what bar?
What do you say? You say you love me because I'm out here voting up these ties? What are you saying?
He said
Throwing up these
throwing up
ties.
these tithes.
Oh, okay. What, these tens or like you're donating to the church?
He said I do my tithes and offerings at
At
Magic
Magic
City.
City?
What is that?
Magic City, isn't that like a is Magic City, it's either a strip club or it's like wait, isn't there like a Las Vegas? Or no, that's Atlantic City I'm thinking of.
It's
Atlantic
not
City.
Nickel
Magic
City.
Magic City, I think it's a strip club and he's saying he's
Oh, he
throwing up
said it's a
10.
strip club. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a gentleman, he's not
Oh my
throwing
god,
ones, he's throwing tens.
that's funny.
Or ties like, he's giving 10% of his income, but
Yeah, yeah,
anyways,
that's
that's
funny.
funny. Wait, so you're at the strip club? You're dancing at the strip club. Okay, okay. She's all up on you, but I mean, you're paying for it, right? So, anyways, what's your vibes on this, Josh?
Um, sorry, one quick question, Bashuda, if you're here, is your
Masuda, yeah.
track called Home? Because for some reason, the track name is not in your submission.
Hmm.
So let us know about that. But for this, you said yes. Is that capitalized? I guess it doesn't really matter, but
How did you know it was home?
because I saw the file name.
Got you, got you. Anyways, Black ATL. I get a little bit of kind of Drake, especially when he's like, "Ba-da-da-da-da," or "Meta in Atlanta." I think what he says.
Mhm.
I hear it a little bit, but it's not as like singy as Drake would be. Um, I think in general it's like somewhat kind of like solid, but a little bit run of the mill in terms of like lyrical content. I was just like, so I think you do a good job at telling and setting the scene, but the scene just wasn't very interesting to me. Like
Hmm.
I didn't even know that it was a strip club. I thought it was just like you were like met her in a club in Atlanta and that she was throwing it back on you. You guys had a good time, but like that's such a generic story. Like the way I told it, right? That's like the way it was conveyed. Like she wasn't doing anything crazy. Like I don't know, dancing with a drill or something. I don't know, like something like cool or like you don't have to say like the club was like doing some crazy shit or like guns happen or whatever. I don't want you to like lie, but like embellish the story a little bit or like say something unique that you said to her or she said to you. But like even when you said like, oh, we're gonna go back to my apartment and it's gonna go down, like that was like the climax of the story. And I was like, it's gonna go down. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what's like interesting about this? Like I don't know. It might be my lately kind of frustration with hip hop, but it's just like I want to hear like things unique that make you an artist, like
Yeah.
that make you unique. I don't want to hear like just this random pseudo love story, but yeah. So I just felt kind of it was just like a little bit in the lyrics department, a little bit of mid, but
Oh my
yeah.
fucking god!
What happened
It's the chat.
next
First,
time? Oh wait, Ice JJ Fish is wild. Hey, I
yeah,
love
Ice
Ice JJ.
JJ Fish has entered the chat again. We said he was Drake mixed with Ice JJ Fish.
Oh shit! You're this guy? Yo, what's up, Black? I didn't realize we reviewed you before, but
Yeah, we
shout out
have.
to you. This is better. Last time you said I was Drake mixed with Ice JJ Fish. Honestly, I can hear that a little bit because you said stuff about like saw her across the womb. It sounded like womb, not room. So I imagine you meant to say room. Um, he kind of sounds like I don't even know what accent to say it, but it's like I'll think of it later. I have to do like a proper impression when it comes to me. But anyways, I don't think you sound like Ice Jason Fish this time. It was more like kind of your own self plus a little bit of Drake. But yeah, um, there's something about you, girl. Yeah, Vasuda knows. Anyways, next I'll go into great detail about how I paint her face the color of the clouds. Hey, bruh, look, that's graphic, but like literally, if you put that bar in and it like sounds good, like I think that'd be hilarious and like funny and like that's what I wanted. I wanted you to say like something wild about this chick, like I don't know. There's like the Afro Man, right, where it's like met this girl, she had green hair, and then she whipped out a dick that was bigger than mine. And it's like,
Oh
oh,
my
that's
god.
like funny, like that. Then it goes back into the chorus,
Yeah.
like
Right now, it's a little bit just obvious, predictable. Maybe you could
yeah,
say.
predictable and like just like so bland. Like please, like say that paint that color of the clouds or whatever. That'd be so funny and like interesting, you know. But anyways, I guess I'm a grotesque man. But anyways, you have anything to say?
Um, no, I mean, otherwise, I there's a lot that I like about it. I think like your vocal delivery is like I like your vocal tone and style, and it's legible, or you'd say like intelligible.
Hmm.
It's not getting lost in the mix, which is nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. Yeah,
A
yeah,
pretty good solid mix
pretty
overall.
important actually.
I would say this is not racially motivated, but the mix is a little bit dark right now.
Yeah, bro.
There's a lot of that bass and a lot of the instruments sound like they have a little bit of a high end roll off. So it's
Mhm,
just right now it's not sounding as bright as I think it could.
mhm,
It could sound crispier. So
mhm.
yeah, that's the main thing that I would probably want to improve. But I think like the content, like aside from making it more, I don't know, unique or like edgy or adding more color to it or something, it's a pretty good like execution overall.
Yeah, production wise, I think
Um,
there's a couple areas where I wish there was a little bit more vocal echo and delay. Me too. I think it
I could see that.
here. So this
Oh
part
yeah,
where you leave a
yeah.
lot of space, but like you go away and
There's
there's
no
like
reverb.
no remnant of you. Yeah, it's like that's a
He's
dance.
just a
That
dancer. Met her in
that is great.
Atlanta. She dancing
Yeah, I'm
all
watching
up
it put vocal
on
delays
me.
there, but
But
yeah,
I really like the high thing that came in a couple
that layer is
times.
cool. Yeah.
That's great. I guess the other piece of feedback that I had was in parts of it, there's not much melodically going on at all. Like
Hmm.
large stretches are just the bass and the drums and you and like maybe some little like arpeggiated type thing. But I just wish there was a little bit more like harmonic or melodic content in some parts where it's a little bit dry to me. But
Vasuda, what are you talking about? Let us know because I'm curious. Drake always does some weird, corny shit. But anyways, um, are we still on vibes? We haven't given this
yeah, I mean, we
score.
talked about everything. We can give scores pretty easily, I think.
All right, yeah. I
But
met her in Atlanta. I like that part. I think that's the chorus, right?
mhm.
That's like pretty catchy. Um, I just have to refresh, but I'll let
Hmm.
you know when I get my score.
Yeah, let me think about this.
I met her in Atlanta. What is that accent? It's like guys, we gotta do this. It's like very throaty. That's what I'm getting this. Guys, come on, we gotta do this. Like that's I don't even know what accent I'm doing.
No idea.
He's like a crew with the guys. It's like barely saying guys or
Mm.
but like who says that, you know? It just sounds interesting to me.
Bashuda said,
Guy,
I would say
guy.
for the lyrics, don't just say what you are doing. Yeah, that's super true. Start with what is going on first, then the next line should describe the last line, but can help follow up for the next line. So he's saying, like, don't just say, I'm going to the store. I got my groceries. I left. Say, I'm going to the store. I'm walking with my feet on this pavement. Or, like you're trying to like add some detail to things instead of just being surface level line, surface level line, surface level line, very like prescriptive instead of like,
Yeah,
you
get
know,
creative.
descriptive. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like literally and like Black ATL said it in the chat. He's like, you know what? I'll take that into consideration in my songwriting for real. That was good feedback. I was like, dude, yeah, this guy's like, if I could tell he could make a good joke. He says, next time I'll go, into great detail. I can paint her face in the clouds, and like said it as probably like a sarcastic comeback to me. But I was like, yeah, dude, do that. I'd love that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Also, if a shoot is saying the call and response thing or whatever you want to call it,
mhm,
it sort of frees you up to think about for the first line of that call and response sequence. I can write basically whatever the fuck I want, and it can sound really outrageous and weird because I know I'm going to be able to explain it in the next line.
mhm,
And that's more interesting than having just a basic line that describes things well, but has no like color to it, nothing unique, isn't like eye ear catching or whatever.
right.
So there are different ways
Or
to think about it.
it could be the other way around too, where it's like, oh, I start with like a vanilla thing, but then I like
Yeah. Yeah,
spice
totally.
it up at the end, you know.
But it's just like
Anyways,
the idea of grouping lines together so it's not just like line description, description, description. Like there's got to be some like bringing more detail into this.
yep, yep, cool. All right, so
But,
you have a score for vibes. I have a score.
yeah.
3, 2, 1. Meta in
Oh, really?
Atlanta. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was originally going
just
to be this.
Yeah, I could see that too. I was originally here, 59,
All right,
but it wasn't. You know what? It was.
it's pretty
I
good.
Yeah, it was mixed pretty well. Oh, you're inching me closer. I'll go here. I'll go here.
Nice, nice.
I just thought the content was a little just like so boring and dry. Like I'm
Hmm.
biased because I listen to a lot of hip hop, or at least I
Yeah.
used to, but just got bored of it. And like this was kind of like it was like what is being talked about, but it was done in a very bland way. That's why
Hmm.
I kind of give it a really low score at that point. But it was executed decently well. Um, Content. What do you have?
Yeah, the
Or I
content
guess we talked about everything,
we
but like
talked
you know.
about that. I just agree. Like it's, I don't think it's like offending right now. It's just it could be a little bit more like interesting and unique. I guess that's really the moral of the story here,
Mhm. Yeah,
and maybe some
say some crazy shit.
yeah, maybe there's
But
some opportunity for like with the track content adding a little bit more melodic and harmonic content to have it not just be like beat and rapping for large swaths.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, that now that he typed it out, like that tithe and at what did he say? The tithe at Magic City. Do my tithes and offerings at Magic City. That's like funny,
Yeah, you've
but
already
like
got the lines here,
but I
man. You're
couldn't
putting them
I
in the
couldn't.
chat, not in the song.
Well, like that was in the song, but I couldn't hear it. Like I was like,
Well,
oh, like
sure,
couldn't
sure.
really hear it. Like yeah, if you like put that maybe not the way that you delivered it, but like put that content somehow like in the verse where it's a little bit more upfront. Like oh, that's funny. I like that. You know. But
He's gonna study some Taylor Swift to figure out the lyrics.
I guess so. I haven't listened to Taylor Swift in a long time,
She,
but
I was saying she's got some smart ass like rhyme schemes and lyrics on
does
what's
she?
the on the fucking the one that's like I'm the problem, it's me or whatever. The whole like intro and verse to that track is like some pretty genius. Like there's like a rhyme scheme that's like 5 rhymes in a row that are all like really perfectly fit. It's kind of cool.
I do not know if I endorse that take, but
Honestly,
hey,
but honestly, like the writing, when I heard that, I thought I feel like somebody who's a great hip hop writer could have written this and had her perform it. Like
really?
it's not, yeah, like there's more of a common thread I think to writing lyrics like that as there is to writing good hip hop lyrics than you might think.
I see.
It's the stylistic parts are worlds apart, right? But it's the process that goes into the writing might not be that far apart.
Damn, all these people switching up, dude. They're saying like perfect choice. Sadly, I have a Taylor Swift remix. Actually, they're all Taylor Swift truthers in the chat, bruh.
It's
They're gonna
funny.
rip open their shirt and
Well,
be
well,
Taylor Swift
what's
tatted on their
funny
chest.
now, I wonder if there's like the whole crossover of people who are Taylor Swift fans becoming fans of football, and now there's like people who are fans of football becoming fans of Taylor Swift the other way.
All these guys are Swifties. It's happening.
It's funny. All right, let's do our content score.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Meta. Oh, that was my score. It like
Oh,
glitched out.
nice.
Yep.
Sweet.
Main thing for me
Perfect.
was it was just that lyricism.
Oh, nice. And yeah, Black is mentioning Max Martin, who does songwriting, I guess, with Taylor Swift. Max Martin has done songwriting with fucking everyone, so it's a good reason. Like some huge percentage, like I don't know, 40% of all the top 20 are Max Martin co-written songs in the
Mhm.
past like 20 years. It's insane.
Damn, I don't even know who that is.
Well, you better get learned, boy. This is Fast Track, and you're in it.
I guess so. He's the goat, no throat. All right, dude. Yeah, bro, this guy's funny. Like, put that shit in your songs.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, production.
it's pretty good.
Pretty good, but it's a little bit dark. No pun intended.
It's too dark for us. Sorry, Black.
Yes.
I don't even like the way I said that. All right. Yeah, I think it sounded pretty damn crisp though. There's a couple areas where I suggested some, more echoes, more delays, fill
If
things out. But
Vashuda, if you actually need the explanation, that generally when people say that, it just means there's not a lot of high
high
frequency
frequency content. Yeah.
content. So it sounds kind of muddy. That's another like the same terminology.
Okay, hear me out. When I did write
Warm.
really detailed songs, it wasn't appreciated or real. Right? Yeah, there's a fine line. You can't be like too wacky and weird where no one can relate to you. You know.
Mhm.
But
Okay. Production. Let's give a score.
or if you're like
Unless you're
trying
gonna.
too hard. Yeah, I'm good. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. I don't think I'm all the way up there because I think that it's
I thought it
There's
sounded
not a lot
pretty
of
cool.
clashing, but I think the overall, like, it does need to be a little brighter, and which will help it sound better.
Sure.
Okay, track total. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let us see. All right.
All right.
Got a
3,
score.
2, 1. Oh, it just kept going lower and lower. Why? I'm at 64. Yeah.
Nice.
Almost hit the potential of 69 for me. But yeah, that content really just hit me.
Yeah, it's cool. It's off to a good start. There's a couple of things, as you know, that can be improved, but it's like there's a lot of professionalism here that it isn't seen often. So you're on the right track, like for sure.
Mm-hmm. Pushing y'all button 2 off feels bad, man. Don't know what you're talking about, bro. 2 off? What?
You,
Anyways, shout out to you, Black. Sorry for the mild racism in here. We didn't mean to do it, but I guess it just squeaked out. It's systemic, you could say. Yeah. I'm sorry for calling you Ice JJ Fish before, but thanks for being a good sport. I love Ice JJ Fish, and yeah, I can't wait for you to like squeak out your little, your more artistry. It sounds like you tried to do it before, but maybe got shut down by people. But yeah, overcorrection is a thing, and I feel like if you're trying too hard in either direction, it's just like noticeable and like a little bit not uncanny. What is it? Just unfavorable. People just want you to be you. Like you don't have to be like super crazy or super like repressed. Just
mhm.
be you.
Yeah,
But
yeah, definitely agree.
cool.
All
No,
right,
I'll be
dope.
back. It's fine. It motivated me to be better. Cool. That's
That's the
awesome.
idea.
Yeah, that's great. That's great attitude.
Cool.
All right. We got home in Fusuda. 7:34, but I guess we could do it.
Yeah, we have to. It's our fault. I don't know exactly what happened, or if we've just
Yeah.
been getting distracted, but
Yeah.
we need to get through 5 tracks in the stream, and you're here, Vishuda. So let's
do
do
it.
it.
Songwriter, composer, lyricist, artist, recording engineer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producer, everything you can name of. Did
Mhm.
they make the beat? Oh, it says producer, perhaps.
Looks like it.
Drum and bass. Okay, the switch up. Here we go.
Nice.
Basuda, track description. What do you want feedback on? Whatever y'all can find. All right, cool. I'm ready. I'm excited. I love drum and bass.
Do you see the track artist there or no?
Yes, it says Vasuda.
Oh, okay.
He glitching out our system apparently. But shout out to Vasuda sticking around. We're getting to your track. And you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. And Vasuda signed up for our platform. Be like Vasuda. I like this synth a lot.
This is on the edge of feeling a little bright. Let's see where it goes.
I like this so far. It is a little bright.
It's clean. I feel like there's a bit of a hole in the mids though.
I like the piano on the edge Yeah, I
sounds
feel
good.
like all it needs is like a lower mid bass kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a I noticed this right at the beginning, like a hole in the mids or something.
Mhm.
And I hear that in the piano a little bit too. Like it sounds like
Hard to
the
pinpoint.
piano is kind of fragmented almost, where it's got like some upper mids and it's like there, and that gives it a nice sense of like stereo spread.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's also
it's
panned out to the sides too.
yeah, which is nice, but it definitely sounds like something is just like there's a hole in the middle, like something's missing a little bit in the mix and in including that instrument. So I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Did
Did
you
you
read
read his?
Black's
Yeah, yeah, I did. It's funny.
That's so good. To work
Yeah.
on my delivery for DoorDash because I was That's good.
It's funny.
Anyways.
Um, but yeah, I mean, this is really cool. I sort of like the interesting, like artistic thing around that vocal sample, presumably, or whatever it is. Um, it's sort of like broken sounding,
Mhm.
which when it comes in again, we're kind of relying on it for like the lyrical content almost, and I'm struggling to make out what it's saying because it sounds so kind of broken up. Then I'm like, do I like this sample being used in this way? Maybe, but I just wish it was a little bit more coherent and like understandable.
Vocal sample?
Yeah,
Hmm.
especially here, and I'll go to it.
Okay, where else am I gonna go? Oh, I thought it was
But like I don't know what it's saying there, right? It's
I have
it's
no
like
idea.
it's the main subject, it's lyrics and there's words, but I can't tell what they're saying because it's so either the sample is mixed in such a way that it's just like a bunch of high-ish frequency stuff and there's not like the range needed to make out what it's saying,
Mhm.
or just the sample itself is very like kind of lo-fi broken up, whatever you want to call that,
Yeah.
and it's not the best way to use it maybe.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Wait, that was you? Seriously?
That was
No
me for my
way.
first time singing. What?
Are you
Or
for
is he
real?
or are they saying that wait, lyrics, "I need to know, baby, when you coming back, I need you home." I heard that a little bit. It's kinda rough, so tell me where you
Yeah.
are. Baby, when you coming back, I
Did
need you.
did you actually?
That was cool.
If so, that's really cool, but it also means that you have control over the like the sound there. So we want to be able to hear what you're saying better. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I took it as more of like a vibe thing, and I did catch of like uh the word home at least, but I think a little more clarity could help. It's kind of like when I think of Porter Robinson's what is it, that Sad Machine song, but like that song, she kind of like is very clear and you could hear. So maybe it doesn't need to go that far in that direction. This is, I think it could pass as just like a vibe thing, but yeah, or like a robotic voice longing for home and like missing people. I think that's a cool like concept. And yeah, I think it could benefit from more clarity. So I agree with Josh's point on that. And that's you like delivering that vocal. That's awesome. You do not have to work for DoorDash. That was cool, convincing too. So
Yeah,
congrats.
seriously.
Yes, and freestyle the lyrics. Fire. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
start. You got a I think like a bright future with in like this genre. If you can just pump out your own vocals like that instead of
it was
relying on other
wood.
people, like that's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Sad
Cool.
Machine vocal was made from Vocaloid.
Yeah,
Oh,
from Porter
interesting.
Robinson said machine. Yeah,
Ah, I see.
that's true. And this person's flexing on that subtle flex because they made it themselves, and it
Yeah,
was good.
cool.
So bravo. But okay. So vibes. Do you have anything else to say before you give a score?
Hmm. There's a lot to like, and then there are things that I feel like are like big opportunity for improvement.
Yeah, I think I like this a lot. Actually, I think I could see myself listening to this. But there is a couple of just a little bit of holes here and there.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty damn good. You have a score?
Mhm. Yes.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
I'd be pretty high. That's fine. That's
I'll
fine.
go
I
I'll
get it.
go a little bit higher, but yeah, I think it's cool. I just think there's some like implementation sort of
Yeah,
improvements to be made.
yeah. That's fair. That's fair. I like this a lot. Content.
Yeah, content I guess would include that sort of vocal part there being more intelligible. The rest of my feedback mostly is in production probably. I
Mhm.
do really like the overall structure. I think it flows well and like the chorus is super catchy and fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think this was like if I had to contrast it with that other song we gave a high score to, like that other song really like blew me away with a specific part, but had a lot of different like I think more obvious problems.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like pretty solid throughout. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't have like a huge wow factor in the beginning of it, but just like sitting to it and listening to it, this kind of happens with drum and bass too. When things are repetitive, you start to listen for different things. Like I started to appreciate how like the piano, it was like mixed, like it was like stereo panned to the outside, but it was mixed in a way where it's like so upfront. It felt like I was like sitting next to the piano player, and it was really cool. It felt really intimate and like very clear, crisp sounding overall mix. But I do agree with Josh's point on the holes in the low mids, which I guess will go into production. But yeah, there's a lot to like here. A lot of cool sounds, like robotic kind of like it's like a robot like was like crumpling up aluminum foil or something, and it and like that just like a bunch of weird, cool, interesting textures. And the vocal idea I think was pretty cool too. So there's a lot to like, um, and it felt like a perfect length. So yeah, do you have anything to say before we give scores?
Nope, not for content.
Content 3, 2, 1. Bluey.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, we
Yeah.
switched there.
Yeah,
Production.
I like it a lot. Production, I think it is a little bit like bright in a lot of parts. Like it's the opposite problem here, where it feels a little thin. I also like just my ears were bracing for it to be like too loud at the beginning because there's this loud. Do you hear that little twinkling sound every once in a while?
I think so.
There's
Yeah.
a little like like really high up little chimey sound
Yeah.
that it honestly makes my ears prepare to hear more like super bright stuff, even if it's not like a ton of actual sound energy up there.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing that throughout, and I'm like, what is that? Like maybe it's coming from another instrument or sound that you're using and it's unintentional, but I would try to maybe filter that out if you can, because it's right now it's very like a little, just a tinge of piercing up there. I don't know if it needs to be there.
It's just a bus driving by. Okay.
A bus driving by? It sounds like that.
I hear
Is that in later parts too, though?
it.
Oh yeah, sounds like it's back.
Recording in the NYC trap.
I don't know if that's the bus though. There's like a type sound that's almost like a tambourine or something that's going on in the background that has that little component of up there. It's just a little bit like bright, or I don't know if that needs to be there.
Maybe do some frequency sweeping there. Look for it.
Clock ticking, really? Huh. Well, yeah, just an observation. I was like, what's that super bright thing up there that's kind of on the borderline of sharp, I guess you could call it. And then otherwise, let's see, once we go into this. Yeah, there's like that, the clap
Yeah.
sound is very bright. There's like some sort of whooshing noises that are very bright. I think just that's a theme in the mix here a little bit, is like
Yeah.
you've got a hole in the mids, which is kind of weird. That's throwing off the balance. And then things are very bright. And right now you probably are trying to go for like a scooped mid type sound where it's like super clear because you've got like bass and then you've got like the highs and there's like nothing in between. But I think you need to maybe dial that back a little bit and just make sure your mids are filled out enough without being like clashing, and don't make sure that your highs are not too harsh. And that may be a question of trying on different systems and then comparing to reference tracks, as we always suggest. It's easy to lose perspective once you've been working on something for a long time, especially with that kind of thing with frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have any other feedback for production. Do you?
Okay, what I'm hearing it more 500 and 2.2 to 5K range. I have no idea.
I think it's above.
Sounds even higher. Yeah.
Higher than that.
If I had to guess. But no, I don't have anything else to add. I agree that it sounded pretty bright, and I braced for impact like Josh did in the beginning.
Mhm.
And the whole mix itself was like teetering on too high, but I don't think it only reached there for me when that clap came in. Like I feel like the clap you could dial
Yeah.
that back a little bit, and everything else could be
The other
pretty clear,
percussion.
and you can keep there. And if you filled in that scoop a little bit with like that low mid or mid frequencies, I think it would probably solve most of the issues for me.
Yeah.
But
You said it could be some clashing up there too. It's all related. So
I
yeah, see what you can do there.
I'll
See what
bust them out. Bust it out, bro.
bust it down.
Yeah.
All right. Feedback or scores?
Yeah, production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Bluey.
Damn, you're
Dang.
right up there. You didn't think there's any discrepancy between production and the other stuff?
I mean, nah, I thought it sounded really good. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, there's
I
stuff
we
that I
talked.
agree with you to
You
it, but
talked about a bunch of stuff too.
to a lesser extent. I mean, it was just like the piercing high stuff, but it wasn't too piercing for me. And like
Yeah.
I said, it was like you dial back the clap a little bit. I think you could keep kind of everything else the same, and if you filled in that scoop, then yeah,
Yeah.
be pretty good.
Okay.
I love how crisp it was, and I could hear everything pretty clearly. So, and like how the pianos were mixed, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But track total, I'm about here. Do you have a score?
Yes, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yeet.
There it is.
Fire. Strong track.
Nice. Yeah,
Bust it.
strong track. Like again, the theme today, like we've gotten a lot of good stuff. Honestly, everything's mostly been in the green range except for
Mhm.
Jokerhead. Don't tell him because he's not
Yeah,
here.
fucker. Well,
But
he earned it. He deserved it, really.
yeah, but thanks everyone
Welcome
for
to
submitting
that.
your tracks and not being afraid to send us your in progress works. Hope that this is helpful. That's like our main goal, and hopefully it's your goal to just make the best shit that you possibly can and make stuff you enjoy and that other people enjoy. And yeah, our hope is to help you make music as well as you possibly can for both
Yeah.
those reasons. And
If you
that's why
liked it, tell your friends.
yeah, that's why, yeah, sure. Tell your friends, tell them to submit their songs too.
Yeah, and
And
be like Masuda, sign up for the platform. The platform's gonna be cool. Awesome place to make manage your musical projects.
yeah, and other than that, yeah, we're building all of that. A lot in the pipeline for building your teams, managing your projects, sharing stuff, keeping track of what you actually have to do, like tasks related to release management, and all of that jazz. So
All the
that's
versions.
where we're at. That's the show. Feel free to sign up for the beta waitlist if you want to get in and didn't sign up for an account when submitting your track, or feel free to submit again for next week. We stream every week from 5:30 to 7:30 Central Time. Follow us on
Nice to meet you
Twitch.
too, bro.
Yeah, nice meeting y'all and you. Follow us on Twitch so you get notified when we stream live. Follow us on Instagram up there, FastTrack_music, to see top tier track posts and other announcements to come. Join our Discord, fun little place there to chat.
Mhm.
And shit, other than that, you got anything else, Chris?
Fuck it, we ball. Let's get out.
Yep. All right, let's do it. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back next week. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
Peace.